All right, a very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us tonight on the broadcast. This is KUTV News at 9. So much in store for you tonight by very able reporters who have been filing reports here and there throughout the day. And it's now time to give it unto you. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the highlights. Political and religious leaders call on Gen Zs to maintain peace during their June 25th planned protest. Impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua intensifies the popularity of his DCP party among the Maa leaders. 5 families in Malindi call for justice 18 years after their kin was shot by police. And Uyombo residents in Kilifi County reject proposed nuclear power project in the area.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Anyango, Sylvia.
That is right, and tonight I am all alone in studio. We are live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya. You can also engage with us on our social media platforms at KUTV News on X at KUTV_Kenya. On YouTube, it's at KUTV News Kenya. We begin. Now, the national government has once again reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening devolution and enhancing cooperation between the national and county governments. This statement was made by Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki during the 27th sitting of the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council (IBEC) consultative meeting between county bosses and ministerial heads held in his current residence in Nairobi. Take a look.
In the meeting that brought together leaders from the national and county governments to discuss the strengthening of devolution, Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki announced that the government is fully committed to ensuring timely distribution of development funds in line with President William Ruto's directive.
What the national government is doing, instead of leaving counties to fight this huge fight back alone, we in the national government are saying, let's take the flag. Okay? Let's take the flag. Because there are people here saying, oh, this thing cannot work. Oh, there's a problem here. So we take the political backlash.
Kindiki explained that the remaining balance of 17 million shillings will be released before the end of June, adding that what citizens want is genuine development and not political wrangles between the two levels of government.
Nobody has the capacity to roll back devolution. It is so strong, no one, no administration has the capacity to roll back even an inch of devolution. We are already undertaking some concurrent functions seamlessly in health.
The chair of the Council of Governors, Ahmed Abdullahi, called on the national government to work closely with county governments through clear and structured engagement, stressing that development projects should align with county plans rather than being pushed through political interests.
So a lot of the clawback that we talk of, Your Excellency, has got to do with what in the US they call the pork barrel politics. The pork barrel politics is where legislators, powerful legislators, ensure that there's funding for projects in their districts, which projects at times relate to the subnationals.
The Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council meeting also discussed several key agendas, including the construction of county industrial parks, payment of outstanding country debts, and strategies to increase local revenue, with the aim of ensuring that government services reach citizens quickly, efficiently, and equitably. Paulette Akoth, KUTV, Nairobi.
Now, lobby groups have called for compensation for victims and families who lost their loved ones during last year's finance bill protest ahead of the commemoration slated for Wednesday, that is the 25th of June. Addressing the media at the offices of Muslims for Human Rights, Muhuri, Matthias Shipeta of Haki Africa reaffirmed that necessary permissions had been granted by authorities following proper notification, as our very own James Baraka now reports.
Just a day before the official commemoration of those who lost their lives during last year's anti-finance bill protest,
we are ready for 25th.
Lobby groups have come out boldly calling for compensation for the affected victims and families, while at the same time reaffirming their readiness to stage protests on Wednesday.
We are ready. 25th of June ni siku ambayo tutafanya commemoration ya wale wote ambao waliuliwa katika ile maandamano ya finance bill.
Na tunaambia public wasiogope. Hii maandamano inafanyika Kenya nzima. Wednesday tarehe 25, watu wajitokeze kimasumasu, watu wajitokeze kwa wingi bila fujo, bila vurugu. Maana itakuwa ni maandamano ya amani kwa kumbuka wale waliopoteza maisha yao.
The planned demos, which aims to demand justice for those arrested, injured or killed, comes amid rising tension over police brutality, with the lobby groups assuring Kenyans that security agencies have been notified and peace will be maintained.
Kama mashirika na kama Wakenya tumeweza kuwakumbusha vyombo vya usalama kuwa hii ni haki ya kikatiba, na wameweza kusema kuwa wamepokea ile barua ya notification.
On 25th we are also calling not only for a commemoration but for the wheels of justice to speed up, for the families that lost their victims to be able to get justice. We've not had any court prosecution so far from the victims of June 25th.
At the same time, the lobby groups warned of reports indicating possible attempts to disrupt the planned protests through infiltration by goons to cause chaos, affirming their readiness to deal with the infiltrators.
We have received reports kwamba pia kuna watu wamejipanga kwamba watakuja kuinfiltrate commemoration hii ama demonstration hii. Kwa hivyo sisi tuko macho. We are calling upon all those who are coming waje peacefully. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba kutakuwa law and order, kwamba hakutakuwa na mali yoyote ya Mkenya yote itavunjwa ama kuchomwa.
Jason Ogutu, a father from Mutongo in Mombasa but originally from Kisii County, lost his son Joash Ombati during the 2024 protest, and up to now he says justice has not been granted him, and is now calling on other affected families to come out in solidarity for the Wednesday protests.
Mimi majina yangu ni Jason Ogutu Ombati. Mimi ndo babake Joash Ombati. Bao ni kijana wangu alikufa mwaka jana. Sasa naomba hii tarehe 25 pia tumemaliza mwaka, watu waje kwa wingi tufanye maombolezi. Naomba wananchi ambao wale watoto wao walikufa na wenye waliumia waje kwa wingi tufanye maombi kwa pamoja, sababu tumemaliza mwaka.
Despite the call, delayed prosecution and unfruitful investigative progress has filled the air 1 year after the bloodshed, and now the lobby groups are challenging the state to unearth those responsible for what they term as shooting of unarmed innocent peaceful protesters. James Baraka for KUTV.
Now, the Democracy for Citizens Party, that is DCP, party leader Rigathi Gachagua, has asked the Maa community to work together to form the next government. The former DP is calling on the communities of Kajiado, Narok and Samburu grassroots leaders to join him in the quest to free the country from what he calls corrupt individuals, informing them that the community is key in the process. The DCP leader was speaking at his Wamunyoro residence, where he had brought over 500 sacred ground mobilizers from the 3 counties for consultations. Explaining the reasons for his difference with William Ruto, Gachagua says the president betrayed him in the Mount Kenya region over his investment to support the president in the 2022 general election.
Mwai Kibaki alipokosana na Moi, alienda akatafuta John Keane na marehemu Parapai. Wakaniambia hao watu jamaa ni kama sisi, hawana haramu na hawana dhuluma, ni wangwana na ni watu straightforward. Wewe kwenda tafuta urafiki na jamii ya Maa. Na wakaniambia hao Maa, sisi ni mashemeji, tunaoana, tumefanya biashara pamoja, si ndio? Hata juzi hivi maneno ya kazi ni imekuja, Maa hapana kazi, hao ni mashemeji wetu. Hai shemeji, shemeji hai, mashemeji hai, si nyinyi mashemeji wetu? Mimi nasema, mimi niseme, mimi niseme.
All right, we are from high cousins to high shemejis. Now moving on the broadcast tonight, ward representatives in Kilifi County have been sternly warned against supporting the motion to impeach the County Assembly Speaker Teddy Mwambire. Speaking on Monday, residents of Kilifi criticized their leaders for engaging in divisive politics instead of focusing on development issues affecting the county.
Residents of Kilifi County are now issuing strong warnings and threatening to vote out an MCA who will be involved in the plot to remove County Assembly Speaker Teddy Mwambire. They claim the impeachment motion is politically motivated and only serves the interests of few individuals in power rather than the general public. The residents also alleged that some MCAs signed the petition out of fear of being denied development projects by Governor Gideon Mungaro's administration. They accused the governor of having a heavy hand in pushing the motion alongside Kilifi North MP Owen Baya.
Inaweza affect Wetangula, inaweza affect Kingi kwa sababu huyu wakifanikiwa kumtoa mimi mwenyewe kama Chigiri. Mimi mwenyewe kama Chigiri pia nitaenda kotini na niulize kwa nini wale maspika wengine wako kule na bado wako na vyeo kwa vyama.
Led by Charles Chigiri, chairman of the Kilifi Accountability Assembly, the residents expressed shock over the speed and pressure with which MCAs are pushing to oust Speaker Mwambire, claiming due process and thorough investigations were ignored.
Kama kuna kipengele chenye alikosea kulingana na katiba, wanafaa kutuambia sisi wananchi ya kwamba speaker alikosea hapa na hapa. Lakini tunapoangalia kulingana na anavyopeleka ule mswada kule bungeni, hii ni siasa. Hii ni siasa mtupu. Na kusema ukweli, gavana anafanya makosa kwa sababu imefika mahali amegawanya bunge letu la county.
The residents also dismissed the grounds cited for Mwambire's removal, saying they lack merit and are fueled by political vendettas. They particularly pointed fingers at Tezo Ward MCA Thomas Chingo, who tabled the motion accusing him of being political puppet for top county leaders.
Kuna wabunge hapa wanafanya miradi hewa na wamepewa tenda tu na kupitia department ya health Kilifi. Ndio unaona juzi walienda kumuona baba Nairobi, wamekaa kule wakisema Teddy amekuwa kikwazo pale bungeni, unaenda huku kufanya. Ni upuzi.
Already 42 out of 51 MCAs have signed the petition supporting the motion, which accuses Speaker Mwambire of incompetence, disbanding the budget committee without consultation, interfering with 2025-2026 budget process, and holding a political position within ODM party. Action said to violate the Leadership and Integrity Act. The motion now awaits formal debate in the County Assembly, following the appointment of 5-member ad hoc committee, tasked with investigating allegations within 14 days. The fate of Speaker Mwambire now lies in the hands of the Kilifi County Assembly, with residents vying to keep a close watch. Stephen Masha, KTV, Nairobi.
Now, the brutal murder of teacher and blogger Albert Ojwang inside a police cell has reopened painful wounds for 5 Malindi families whose loved ones were gunned down by police officers 18 years ago. The families are crying for justice after security agencies failed to execute a 2011 court order to arrest and prosecute the killer cops. Following the brutal murder of 5 people in Malindi who were gunned down by police officers, the families have come out crying for justice, as no justice has been served since 2007. Christine Ogutu, the widow of the late Ibrahim Daudi Charo, says she has been following up the case for almost 2 decades by going to relevant offices, but no office has offered any help.
Nimekuwa nafuatilia hii kesi kwa miaka zaidi ya 18 sasa. Nimekuwa nimeenda kwa ofisi karibu zote nikitafuta msaada wa kusaidiwa, lakini sijapata kusaidika kabisa.
Fatma Mohammed still mourns her late brother Mohammed Hussein Doro, whose demise she blames for her father's untimely death after developing high blood pressure due to the agony of losing his son and the unfruitful pursuit for justice.
Naweza sema katika hii safari ya maumivu na kupitisha kutafuta haki ya mtoto wake ndio ilisababisha kifo cha mzee pia.
Him, whose son was Rama Amin, says that 2 regimes have passed since this happened, and he hopes the President William Ruto regime will not pass before they get justice. He humbly pleaded with the head of state to personally take up the matter.
Lakini tungeomba hii serikali iliyopo, zimepita serikali mbili, ya Kibaki na ya Uhuru Kenyatta. Hatujui hii ya Ruto kama itatuona msamaha na sisi tupate haki ama ni vipi.
Saumu Bakari, who lost a granddaughter Jacqueline Akinyi Nangila, is also bitter that the officers are still walking free long after the judicial inquest closed the case file in 2011.
Na paka saa hii serikali haijachukua hatua yoyote ya Kenya. Serikali ya Kenya inaonea maskini, tajiri ndio inamthamini.
It's clear that the families are going through a rough time dealing with the grief. The government has a great role to play concerning the incidents. On that note, we are taking the very first break on the broadcast tonight. Stay with us.
Badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila woga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Miti miti, panda panda. Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emmanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of EarthCheck. Welcome.
Fashion. It's more than just clothes. It's a statement, a feeling. An art form, a way to express yourself, a reflection of who you are. It's Fashion Diaries. Join me, Ashley Asachi, every Monday from 8 p.m. as we bring you Kenya's latest trends, emerging fashion designers, glamorous fashion events, runway shows, red carpet events, and so much more. Fashion Diaries, unleashing your inner fashionista.
Time News with Anyango, Sylvia.
Welcome back. Now keep interacting with us on our social media platforms. We are live on YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, and on X you can engage with us at KUTV_Kenya, at Anyango Sylvia KE. Now, residents of Uyombo village in Kilifi County, along with environmental activists, have opposed the construction of a 500 billion shillings nuclear power project in the area, despite the government insisting that the project is safe and will boost the economy. The community claims that the project poses health risks, environmental dangers, and could potentially destroy the tourism sector.
The controversial 500 billion shilling nuclear power plant project in Uyombo village, Kilifi County, is facing significant opposition from residents and environmental activists who are raising concerns about its potential health, environmental, and tourism impacts.
Tukitolewa huku sisi tutapelekwa wapi? Huku wazazi wetu wametuzaa huku, wametulea huku, kazi zetu ni huku, kuna ndugu zetu ambao wako baharini, wanapata chakula kutokana na baharini. Kuna ndugu zetu ambao ni wagema, wanagema pombe kutokana na mnazi huu. Leo hii tunaambiwa sisi tutoke huku. Tutaenda wapi?
Project being the first of its kind expected in the country has been praised by the government through its spokesperson Isaac Mwaura, who says that the project is safe and would bring economic benefits to the country. However, it has been opposed by environmentalist Phyllis Amida.
Kenya ni nchi ambayo we are the 7th largest deposit ya geothermal in the whole world. Tuna geothermal ambayo inaweza kuserve the next century hapa Kenya bila kutatizika. Geothermal is very cheap. Mbona tunaacha zile energy sources ambazo tunazo hapa sisi?
Residents remain firm in their position that they do not want the plant and vow to stay on their land, claiming that the government does not care about their problems.
Sababu ya kwanza ni ile waste ya nuclear. Wakati wakitengeneza hizo vitu zao, hiyo waste yao huku ambayo inatuletea madhara, wataiweka wapi? Kitu ingine ni mambo na ecosystem huku. Tuko na mangroves ambazo zinatusaidia huku kuzalisha samaki, na unaona huku tuko na wavuvi wengi ambao wametegemea hiyo bahari ili kupata kipato chao cha kila siku. Sasa
as this tension escalates, concerns regarding the energy sector development, nuclear waste management, and public participation remain unanswered. Blue Ismail Hassan, KUTV.
Now, a grassroots movement of women under the Mama Kenya organization has launched a nationwide peace campaign aiming to recruit women as peace ambassadors ahead of Wednesday's planned demonstrations by Gen Zs.
Dressed in white, grassroots women gathered in Mapembeni along Moi Avenue in Mombasa to honor youths who lost their lives during last year's protests. During the gathering, they lit candles, sang peace theme songs, and called for an end to police brutality. Speaking during the gathering, campaign leader Amina Ridwan lamented over the heavy toll protests that have left mothers grieving their children.
Sisi kama kina mama tumekaa nyuma. Mpaka imefika wakati hatuoni jambo, wanawake wako bungeni, waongee swala la watoto na ni wazazi kama sisi. Tumechukua jukumu letu kama grassroots movement Kenya nzima kuhakikisha, tutahakikisha kuna usalama. Watoto wetu hawatarudi kufa.
Hii ndio nchi yetu na hatuwezi kuikimbia. Tunaomba tu mjue kuwa Waswahili wasema uchungu wa mwana ujuae ni mzazi, lakini mimi nasema uchungu wa mwana ujuae ni mama. Maana mama ukifika miaka 45 ama 50 huwezi kuzaa tena, lakini nyinyi ndugu zetu wazee hata miaka 70 utazaa. Kwa hivyo sisi watoto wetu wamekufa, wameisha Kenya. Kuna wale tumewaona tukazika na kuna wale mpaka saa hii tunapozungumza hawajapatikana.
With the group working to raise 15 Kenya million shillings to fund ongoing peace advocacy across the country, they appeal to the police to act with restraint to avoid actions that could lead to more deaths or injuries.
Pili, kwetu ni siku muhimu sana siku ya leo. Kwa sababu kuanzia leo tunataka kuweza kuhakikisha na kuambia serikali tafadhali waache watu wafanye maandamano ya amani, ndio itakuwa na suluhu.
Tunaangazia hili jambo limfikie William Samoei Ruto na Kindiki. Tunataka amani Kenya tarehe 25. Amani Kenya. Wamama Kenya. Vijana amani. Serikali amani. Polisi amani. William Samoei Ruto na Vice President Kindiki, tunakuomba tuwe na amani tarehe 25. Amani Kenya. Amani Kenya. Tuna huzuni na vijana wetu. Amani kwa polisi. Wasitumiwe vibaya polisi.
Additionally, the group promised to be part of the upcoming demonstrations to advocate for peace during the protests to prevent malicious damage to the public property. The members also warned the young people against being manipulated by the politicians to instigate violence.
Kupitia leo usubuhi tunataka kusema pia tutakuwa katika msafara wa maandamano wa tarehe 25 ya amani, kwa sababu tukifanya mambo na amani hakutakuwa uvujaji wa damu.
Sisi kitu ambacho kituleta hapa ni amani, na amani hii aswa sisi hususan vijana tunavyotendekezwa na mabwenyenye wa sahi. Wanatutumia sisi vijana kwa sababu wanatumia matumbo yao, so kwamba wanatumia maajili ya sisi vijana. Sisi kitu ambacho kimetuleta hapa ni amani.
Despite the unpredictable events expected to happen during the 25th protest, the group is playing a crucial role in fostering unity and non-violence acts to protect lives and public property. Vincent Karoli, KUTV.
Now that story was produced by our very own Lucy Medosa. Moving on, the government is urging widows to take use of the many programs conducted through funds established by legislation for economic empowerment, stating that it will not create a new fund, particularly for them. Speaking in Nyamira during the national celebrations for International Widows Day, First Lady Rachel Ruto and the President's advisor on women's rights, Harriet Chigai, stated that there are funds targeting women from the ward level all the way to the national level, and they're now urging women to join self-help groups so that they can access funds and empower themselves economically.
Serikali inawajali. Serikali yetu ambaye inaongozwa na rais wetu Daktari William Samoei Ruto inawajali. Jambo muhimu kina mama, kama vile viongozi wametuambia hapa, ukisikia kwamba kuna jambo ambalo serikali inafanya, tafadhali uweze kujihusisha na hilo jambo. Kwa serikali ya leo haiwezi kukupata wewe mama ukiwa nyumbani peke yako. Mnanisikia kina mama? Unajua mtu mmoja, sisi wa Kenya ni karibu milioni 50 na serikali haiwezi kukupata wewe. Ni vizuri kina mama tuweze kuingia katika vikundi.
Now, Land Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome has warned land registry officers about stealing government income. The CS, who spoke in Kiambu County after making unplanned trips to 2 local land registries, said she acknowledged that revenue is fleeing from people's purses and cautioned that individuals who do not follow the rules have no place in the ministry. According to land valuation regulation, land registries in Kiambu, for example, are meant to collect 4% of all transactions, but some unscrupulous officers frequently arrange bargains with property buyers to cut rates.
And we cannot continue allowing revenue, government revenue, to disappear in small pockets of people, because we need all this money in one basket. I'm looking at the facilities we have here. For sure, there is a lot that we need to do to improve our working environment, correct? I can see our records, how we really are constrained, completely constrained. I think the first thing I'll do is possibly to ensure wherever chief and myself and my peers, wherever we get a container for immediate, storage of what is outside there, while we think about the extra space that we need to build.
We are taking yet again another short break. We'll be back with sports.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii, na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele.
So my name is Jakub Petri. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the CAFE project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Ewa Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Welcome back. Now in sports tonight, yesterday's action saw some dominant performances from European powerhouses. And in Atlanta, Manchester City made a statement with a commanding 6-0 victory over AAN for United Arab Emirates. Meanwhile, at the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, Real Madrid overcame an early red card to smash Mexican side Pachuca 3-1, whereas Elias Montiel helped Pachuca to secure a solitary goal. On the other hand, Juventus steamrolled Wydad SC 4-1. RB Salzburg drew 0-0 with Al Hilal. Same to River Plate at Monterrey. Looking ahead, today the tournament heats up with two key matches on slate. PSG will be playing against Seattle Sounders, while Atletico Madrid will be battling with Botafogo. Now that brings us to the end of our broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for choosing our news tonight, led by my producer Edward Nyamu and director Mutegi K. Martin. Thank you so much for keeping us company tonight. Until next time, have a good night.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV